Hello friends, welcome. So in today's video I wanted to go over some ephemera that I would like to put in my journal for the Alice in Wonderland themed journal. I have here a couple of items that I'm going to be using. Just wanted to show you some of these die cuts. I have pockets, envelopes, and a couple of other items. And so yeah, I've been working on this journal. If you've been following along with the playlist, I'll have it in the description. Everything you see here will also be in the description, but the playlist for making this journal will also be in the description box below as well. And so now we're on the third week. This is the third part, and I just had a list here of like all the things that I like to make, or like kind of like ephemera things that I like to put in my journal. So I just had a list there, and I'm just going to be picking some of my favorites, and we'll be putting them in here today. And so I'm just showing the collection that I've previously showed you as well. This is the Alice in Wonderland collection by Stamperia. And so yeah, I was just showing that here. And so last week we did the signatures, and the week before that we made the cover of the journal and so forth. And so now this week I'm going to be making the ephemera for the journal, decorating some of the pages up a little bit. And then next week I will be adding my finishing touches. There's quite a bit that I still have left to do. So yeah, I'm going to be finishing up all that, putting everything together, and hopefully we'll be done by next week. So it was a 4-week process that we started this journal in the beginning with. And also, if you're following along in the Facebook group, then yeah, I look forward to seeing more of your photos on your progress of your journals as well. And so again, I hope these videos are helpful and kind of inspire you to create some ephemera in your journals. And yeah, so I'm going to get straight into it. So this was the papers, like I said, that I've went through. They come with a lot of ephemera, as you can see here, a lot of little die cuts that you can cut. I'm going to be cutting a lot of these pieces out and putting them in the journal as well. And yeah, so this journal, like I said, I had all these little notes here that I had of some ephemera that I wanted to do. And so I really like to add doilies to the pages. I didn't get to sew them in the signature. Normally I add them in with the signatures, but this time I'm adding them in after. So you can do either or. I just put a little bit of glue there, and then that can be like a little writing spot underneath, or whatever you like to use that spot for. You can decorate it up. And so like I said, I'm going to be cutting a lot of this ephemera, and some of it I'm going to be putting in the journal to decorate some of the pages and some of the other little pieces that I will be adding on later on. So I just wanted to add a few more doilies here underneath this little envelope that I had here, underneath the little flip. So that's gonna go right there. Again, I'm just putting a little bit of glue on just that edge. I'm not gluing down the whole thing. You can also use double-sided tape for this as well. That might work better than the glue, just because these are very thin. And then I also, with the lace, I kind of made these not lace, doilies. They're like lace, but with the doilies I made these little pockets. And so that's something else you can do with these doilies. I think they're really neat. You can do all kinds of things. I've seen them made into like little dresses, all sorts of cute things you can do with these. But I just wanted to fold some of them up as well, and use them as little pockets in the journal. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of how I folded these up. and it's just really simple, just a little fold here. As you can see, I just folded it in half upwards, and then the other two sides folded inwards towards the middle crease, as you can see there. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing that again in a minute. You can also like fold it and put it on the edge of um your paper here, like so. But I'm not gonna use it that way. I'm just gonna use it flat like this. And yeah, you can do this a couple different ways. You can see here, you can also fold it this way instead of that way. So yeah, two different ways, or actually there's several different ways, but I'm just showing you those two here now. So I'm gonna show that again, how I did this. And this is like a medium sized doily. You can I don't know the exact measurements of it, but you can use like a larger doily as well for bigger pockets. Smaller, just depends on how big or small you want your pocket size to be. So you can see there, I'm just trying to center those to the middle of the doily here, as you can see. And then yeah, just folding it in. So there you have it. That's how I made that pocket. So it's a really nice way to decorate your journal pockets with some doilies. And you can also use the back side as well there as a pocket if you're not going to glue it in. It can be a standalone pocket, which you have like in another pocket, or you can even just attach it with like a paper clip or something like that, so it's not permanent in your book. But you can kind of see how you can put different things, different tags and journaling cards and what have you in there. So yeah, I really like that. And so yeah, I'm just going to be showing you a few more pocket ideas that I had for the journal. Real basic and simple, easy ideas. I also have a couple of other like hidden corner pockets as well. I have that playlist. And so I'll add that video below as well if you'd be interested in adding that to your journal. So yeah, I'm just gluing the corner, the edges on the side, and I'm not gluing the top, just to make that into another pocket in the back side, as you can see. Again, you can use double-sided tape for this as well, instead of the wet glue. And then that front pocket, I'm gonna also be gluing the sides in as well. So yeah, just that front cover there. And then you can go ahead and decorate it some more if you'd like to add some more little pieces of die cuts or ephemera, anything that you would like to use to decorate that. I'm gonna just go ahead and ink it up a little bit, distress it just to make it kind of match the other pages as well. But yeah, the white doesn't look too bad in here. I just wanted to ink it up a bit. And so yeah, I really like the way that looks, and you can make a ton of these and add them to your journals, and you can see how it looks with the tags in them as well. And again, I'm just showing how I did that doily. I just was kind of playing around with the folds here, and yeah, I made a few of these to add to the journal, and then a few for some other journals I had that I was working on as well. So again, these are very easy to make. As you see, you can just play around with some doilies and just start folding them in however yeah, and you can just come up with different kind of design pockets You can even leave it open like this and kind of like wrap like some ribbon around it. I think that'll look really nice. There's so many different things you can do with this. Just have fun with it. And yeah, so I'm gonna also be making a few envelopes, and this was just a die cut that I had of a little mini envelope. I also did show how you can make these in another video. Yeah, they're real simple and easy. You don't need a die cut to make an envelope. There's also those little scoring boards as well that you can use. But yeah, envelopes are pretty basic and simple to make, and I think they look really nice in your journal. A perfect little pocket in there, right, to put some more ephemera in, like those little tickets and little stickers and items you may have. I think that'll look really good. You can also glue them into your book, or you can just attach them with a paper clip like that. I kind of like to attach it with a paper clip just to, you know, decide later on. So I also had this other die cut with these 3 pockets in it, and like kind of like a 3 pocket slit here. And yeah, you don't need any of these die cuts to make these items. You can go ahead and make this on your own, as well as very basic and simple concept here for these pockets. But since I did have the die cuts, I decided to use a lot of the die cuts today. Also because I was making quite a bit from my other journal, so I just figured I'd do it all at once. And yeah, that's just another pocket there. That's a real simple one to make. As you can see, it's just like, square or rectangle. And then you can use one of your little circle punches, or you can just manually cut out a little dip there for, the thumb notch to show kind of like where the pocket is. Really basic and simple. I'm just adding some glue to close those other pockets in as well. Sometimes people like to leave them all open so that it kind of slides through, but yeah, I just want these all closed. The little pockets in the insides, make them little small little pockets there, little tug spots. And yeah, and then I'm also gonna cover those up. You'll see it later on as well. I'm gonna put some more decorative paper over that. But yeah, that's just another pocket idea that you can create some kind of like layered pockets together. I think look really good. There's so many different pocket ideas that you can do. This is just a few here, few ideas for your journal if you like. And so yeah, very basic, simple pockets. I like them. I think they're effective and very useful in the journals. So then again, I have this other small pocket. I was saying you can just use your circle punch there, like I said, and then, make that little notch there in the front. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue those edges around there. So journaling card that came with the kit there. And so now I'm gonna be moving on to these Alice in Wonderland theme playing cards. I purchased these on Amazon. I'll have them linked below if anyone's interested. I'm just gonna decoupage this napkin over them to take out some of that gloss and make them a little look more vintage and textured. But these already have that vintage look to them and feel, so they're really really nice. I just wanted to give them some more texture, and yeah, so I'm just adding some glue stick and putting them onto the napkin here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of crunch, like kind of squeeze it to the middle a little bit, give it, not make it so smooth, but have give it some texture to the front. I'm gonna kind of make this into like a little booklet, Mod Podge mixed with some water, so it's just watered down Mod Podge. And then I'm just applying that to the front and back, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of space you see there in between the two cards. And yeah, I'm gonna cut around it, and that's gonna be kind of the spine of the book. And I'm gonna add some fabric washi tape and then some pages in there. And so while that dries, I'm gonna go ahead and start on this shaker. I'm gonna do this heart shaker. So I went and took it to the die cutting machine. I cut about 5 of these pieces out. You can also use foam, or you can just cut a bunch out. I'm also using some recycled packaging material for the acetate. And yeah, then I'm just cutting out the heart for the back of it. It's going to be in the back piece of it. And yep, I already cut the acetate out. And I'm just gonna layer that on with some glue. And yeah, you can use foam. If you don't have foam, you can just layer the hearts or whatever item you have to kind of give it space for whatever you're gonna put inside of the shaker. So yeah, it's very, very basic and simple. You can do this with a die cutting machine, or you can do this by hand as well. If you have any like circles or any you can just draw a heart. I mean, that's really basic, and just cut it. And so now I'm going through the die cuts that I had showed you earlier. I just cut a few out, and I'm thinking of putting one of these inside of the shaker. I think I decided with the rabbit, and I also used some of the napkin that I decoupaged the cover with, and I wanted to use that same napkin with the same print on this heart shaker as well. And when I did this, I thought it would look so great as the front on the front cover of the journal. And actually, originally that was my plan, to put a shaker on the front of the journal, and I honestly don't know what happened. I think I may have forgot about it. And yeah, so anywho, I just thought I'd bring that up because yeah, I was just thinking about that. But yeah, you can definitely use this to decorate, the cover of a book or journal, or just as an add-on to your journal. You can decorate a page with it, or whatever you like, really. I mean, it's just really cute to have in your journal. So I just haven't made a shaker in a while, and I love making shakers. And yeah, so I wanted to make one for this journal. And I had so I just cut out the rabbit there, and I glued it to the back piece. And I also had these little jemmies I wanted to use. I think this is from the Paper Studio and Hobby Lobby. And yeah, I'm just gonna add a few there. It's kind of like when he's blowing his horns, like these little bubbles are coming out, it almost looks like. And so I also had these cards, and these little clay cards, like little tiny pieces of playing cards. I thought they would look perfect. And then I also had some hearts here with like some red little hexagons. Yeah, so I added those to it as well. I'm just trimming down that acetate some more. I did use this Tomo glue for this, but it wasn't a good glue to use for this adding the acetate on there, because it does come off with that glue. I would use I ended up using the art glitter glue, and that glue worked perfect. it kept everything down. So I would suggest using stronger glue, not something like this. The art glitter glue works really well for that. So I just wanted to note that there as well. Yeah, and so that's it. You just glue those pieces on like so. And now I'm gonna add a few charms. I'm gonna add a chain dangling from the top. I actually layered the back piece with 2 pieces of cardstock, so it's pretty thick and can hold um this chain on there as well, like on those pieces, so they won't bend or break or anything like that. It's pretty sturdy on there. And so I'm just attaching it there, as you can see, to the top, and just adding a few charms to that. And I really enjoy the way this came out. And yeah, I hope you are enjoying it as well. And if you made it to this part, if you haven't already done so, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I appreciate your support so much. And so now I'm just trying to decide on which charm I should add. I was thinking I wanted to add, a heart key on there. I wanted to add a key on there, and then I seen I had a few heart-shaped ones. So I just took the smallest, or the smaller of the 3 or 2 there, with a little hook. Yeah, and then I added this little clock as well there. I thought it was fitting for the rabbit, and I'm just using these jewelry pliers to attach that on there. And again, all these items, if I can, will be listed in the description box below if anyone is interested. And so you see how nice that would have looked on the cover. It matches perfectly, and I think it looks really good. I thought that key was kind of like, the opening, the lock, to the journal. I thought that looked really cute. And so that'll be a nice idea if anyone is making something similar. And I also made a few belly bands in here. I just I cut up some of those cards that came with the kit, and yeah, just kind of layered them together to make a belly band. And so this has dried, and I'm just gonna go ahead and ink it with some distress ink, make it look a little more brown and rusted, a little more aged, because when I added the white tissue, kind of gave it a little more lighter white look. So I wanted to go over it with some distress ink, and now I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce that spine with some of this washi tape. This is like this fabric washi tape. I believe this is a Tim Holtz. So it's like that very thick washi tape. It's kind of like sports tape. Yeah, it's very thick. So it's nice to use for the spine there. And I am covering up the Q and the K there, which I was thinking maybe I should have cut this a little thinner, but that's okay. I think it still looks really good there. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take this to the sewing machine. Gonna add some pages there and add a little charm to the corner, and yeah, and there you have it, another little add-on to your journal. I think it's really cute and very simple and easy to make. If you have some playing cards lying around, then yeah, you can do this. Or I mean, you can even make this without playing cards. I just cut a piece of paper up, make a little mini journal. Very basic, very simple. I just wanted to make this out of these specific playing cards because I thought they went perfect with the Alice in Wonderland journal. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and make some specimen cards. using a few die cuts. Again, you don't need these die cuts. You can also use a punch like that, like I just showed you. Or you can cut it manually by hand. Just take a little box cutter or scissor and cut out a square, an oval, whatever you like. You don't need any of these items. I don't want you to feel like you have to go out and get these items. You don't need them. They're nice to have, I guess, but yeah, you don't need it to create any of these projects. I just wanted to um, let you know that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this craft paper and cut it in. I mean, not cut it. Fold it in half, as you can see here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and arrange the die cut how I want it, and cut, that out as so. And yeah, each of them should have about two. Um, should fit about two in there. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut that in half and then sew around those edges. So really, really basic, simple. So you can see here I cut these out already with a die cut machine. You can also do it by hand, as I said. I also have these flowers from the paper studio. I think it went well with the Alice in Wonderland themed. Yeah, and so I'm gonna be making a few of these. You can use acetate, or you can use um, a laminator. They also have self-laminating sheets. I couldn't find my laminator, so I'm using the photo laminating sheets, that you do manually on your, you don't need the machine for it. So you can pick these up at CVS, Walmart, yeah, anywhere really. They have them. So I just went and put the flowers in there, and now I'm using some double-sided tape to seal that in, and then I'm gonna go and take these to the sewing machine and sew around them. And then later on I might add a charm to it, or what have you. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. Maybe some stamping on it. And yeah, so again, these are very, very basic to do, as you can see, very simple. This is also another easy way. You can probably make like a little shaker too, to just add to your journal. It's just a flat version of it, so really nice addition. And so now I'm using another die cut. As you can see here, there's lots of die cuts today. You again don't need this one. You can do this without the die cut, very simple. This is gonna be a pop-up card that I'm gonna go ahead and put in the journal. And yeah, so I'm just tracing the inner squares out, as you can see, or rectangles. And you can use this as like, you could put photos on there, like little mini pictures, or sentiments, anything really. Yeah, so this is pretty easy, and I think it looks really nice as well. The folding mechanism might take a little, you may have to go back and look at the video again on how I made this exactly, but you don't, like I said, need the die cut for this. You can do this by hand. It's very, very basic and simple. If you would like me to do this in another video a lot slower, I also did do like a reel, or like a YouTube shorts, or a short TikTok video on this as well. If you want to check that out, I'll go ahead and link it below. But it's not showing you exactly how I did it step by step. It's just really, really quick. So if you want me to show you this in more detail, let me know in the comments below as well. But yeah, it's just as you can see here, it's kind of like a little triangle at the middle here. And then you kind of fold these inwards, like you could fold it in half and then you fold them in, and you kind of make this like point, like an arrow in a sense. I don't know if you can kind of see how that is made there, but that's the mechanism that's going to be like the pop out factor of it. And then you're just going to glue the two edges the opposite ends of each other. And then I just cut I had this piece of scrap from something else that I had cut there, so I just made this into like a little card, as you can see there. And since the corner edge of that was already like cut oddly, I just kind of cut all the other corners to make it look the same. So you're just attaching some glue to both of those little triangle points there. As you can see, like a little arrow head. And then yeah, you're just gluing that on. You see the pop out mechanism there? As you can see, that's how it works. And you're just going to add glue to that corner and then the other corner. And that's it. You're not going to add glue to the other two sides, just those two corners on the edges there. And then it should fold nicely, go inward like so, and then pop out. Very, very simple. I think this looks really cute. You can add it pretty much to anything, and you can add photos. Like I said, you could really do anything with that. I was thinking about putting some of the die cuts in there of the characters. So yeah, you see there, I just cut the edges off to match since it was already, cut off. And there you have it. That is it. A little cute pop out. And so that was all of the ideas that I had for a little ephemera or items that you can add to your journal. I'm just going and inking around the edges with some black ink to make it pop out, and then I'm just gonna add that, glue it into the journal, and then just add a tag to it. You're gonna see that here shortly. But yeah, I'm gonna decorate the front of the card, of course. I just added some lace there and one of the die cuts that was part of the pack. And then gluing in this pocket. I think I had put it on the wrong side, so that's why you kind of see it's a little damaged. I think I glued it down and then took it back up. So yeah, I kind of fixed that. And just gluing those edges into the journal on the back side of that envelope, and then just adding this Cheshire cat tag to it, and I end up adding a few other things to that as well. But to give a little rundown of what we did, so I created the shaker, which I really love this shaker. Out of all the little projects, I miss making shakers. Like I said, I haven't made them in a while, but I really like this one. And then I made a few of these little journals, just little space to write in your journal, just nice little add-on. And I also made this one as well. I don't think I showed this one of me making it. Just added a couple of different scraps in here, fabric scraps, whatever I had laying the remainder around me, and I just went and sewed all that in. It's just one little signature of scraps and papers and what have you. And then this was the playing card little mini journal, and I just used some craft paper to go on the inside there, as you can see, and added that little charm in the front of like a deck of cards there. You can kind of see the book images there. I think it looks really cute, like a little actual book, right? A little Alice in Wonderland book. And then I just made some more altered playing cards. And this is how the specimen cards came out. You can also use like stickers, like these little clear stickers in there as well. And yeah, I just sewed around the edges and added some eyelets. And then this was a plain journaling card that came with the set, and I just added some stitching to it. I also did make these coin envelopes. I don't think I got to show you how I made them, but these are real simple. I showed this in another video of mine. I'll go ahead and have that in a playlist below. If anyone's interested in making those, they're very simple to make. I just kind of added some acetate to the front of it to make it like a window in the front. You can see what's in there. I also did this little clipboard, and I added some charms to it. So it's just a basic stitching around that, and I did some stamping on it with a little Alice in the back. And yeah, just attach these papers with this little clip and add some charms to it. And that was it. Very, very simple, basic makes that you can add to your journal for, yeah, and I think it'll look really nice. And again, oh, I almost forgot about this. I showed this in another video, me making this. I had it there. I'm still working on this actually. Hopefully next week this will be complete and I'll be able to show you this fully completed. But this is just like a trifold, or I don't know, someone said it was like a lap, I don't know what it's called, but it's just like I call it like a little flippy flappy folio thingy. I don't know the actual terms of these things. I just enjoy creating and making them and just sharing my creation with you all. So yeah, I made it with the rest of the scraps from the journal, and I think it'll go as a really nice add-on to the journal. And so now I'm just gonna go ahead and decorate a little bit of the journal. Again, next week I will show you the completed journal. Hopefully everything will be nicely done and complete, and I'll go ahead and do a complete flip through and just show you kind of everything that I added. Yes, I just added this little gasoline bag there to add some more papers to, and add the book there. And yeah, it's just so fun filling these little pockets up and what have you. So I'm gonna fill up the other pockets later. You can see the way that one came out. But yeah, I hope you guys found a lot of inspiration and had a lot of fun watching. I appreciate you and your time that you took with me to watch my video today. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon in another video. Hopefully next week you will see the completed Alice in Wonderland journal. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy, and I will have all of these in a playlist for you to watch as well later on if anyone is interested. Thank you again so much, and yeah, I will see you later in another video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really like the way this one came out. So fun. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye bye.